This is an EPCO commercial transmission jack. Now I bought it at the machinery sale at the cattle market a couple of years ago because I felt sorry for it. It was a non-runner and it had been in 2 or 3 sales and not sold, and I got it as a maiden bid for about a tenner, I think. And it's a cracking piece of equipment. Anyway, it sat here for a couple of years until I needed to change a gearbox the other day, so we got it working. But by the manipulation of this hand wheel at the back, you can alter the angle of the cradle front to back. Quite a lot of adjustment there. And by the manipulation of this one on the side, you can alter the side to side angle. You can put a safety chain over the gearbox to stop the thing falling down, and there's little chain hooks underneath. It has handles on the side. The pump is very well made. You can work it from any angle. You can put the handle in wherever you please, which when you're crawling about underneath a vehicle can be a very useful feature. It's about 3 feet long and about 2 feet wide, and it lifts up to about 2'6" high, so it's a cracking thing. The oil filler was missing. It's an 8th BSP, and I've just loosely put a grease nipple in until I can find a suitable top or make one. Now, I have mended a lot of trolley jacks over the years. In my younger days I had a little business restoring trolley jacks and reselling them. Nearly always have the same thing wrong with them. Sometimes there's obvious leakage from the seals, but there are normally 2 or 3 caps on these things that anybody would assume are oil filling points, and what they actually have underneath is the valves. And the valves are very commonly no more than a ball bearing and a spring, or even just a ball bearing. You very often find the ball bearings missing because somebody takes the top off, the spring and the ball bearing go flying out, and they quickly put the top back on and don't tell the boss what's happened, and then the thing ends up on the scrap heap. Now, the ball bearing size isn't critical at all. It's just a ball stopping a hole. Now, this is the way that nearly every jack works. Reservoir of oil, ball bearing valve and a pump. So the pump is raised, which draws oil past the ball bearing and into the chamber. When the pump is pressed down, the oil can't go back into the reservoir because of that ball bearing, so it has to go that way into the piston chamber, pushing the piston out. And these are the ball bearings that are regularly lost. And if you have trouble with the trolley jack or any other kind of jack, it's nearly always the ball bearings. Now, as you can see, you could pop almost any size ball bearing in there that would fit and it would do the job. But sometimes they don't seal because the machining is a bit rough, or there's a little bit of rust in there. So pop your ball bearing in. If you have problems, put a punch down and whack the ball bearing, which seats it onto the steel. Nearly always does the job. You will find other little drillings which are capped off with hexagon heads or welded. It's just where the hole was drilled through during the manufacturing. Occasionally you will find a filter or a blockage at the bottom of the reservoir, but otherwise simple things. Any ball bearing that roughly fits that you have in your box of bits and pieces will do. And quite often, even if they had a spring, they will work without the spring. But of course they should have a spring. Anyway, I hope this video helps somebody or just creates a bit of interest. Thank you for watching.